I would like to ask the Chairman of the Post Office, when the Tynwald resolution of April 2016, which required that the Isle of Man Post Office be created as a company owned by the Government of the Isle of Man and established under Isle of Man company law, will be acted on?
From the Chairman of Isle of Man Post Office, Ms Edge.
Thank you, Mr President. I refer the Honourable Member back to the statement that I made in Tynwald during the December sitting on this matter and reiterate that due to the core services of the Post Office continuing to decline, the challenge for the business is to ensure it remains profitable and is able to continue to provide a dividend back to Treasury and also focus on its commercial activities in order to support its important social services in the community. These, along with the requirement to make changes to our pension scheme to limit the liability in the future, are the key challenges that I believe the Post Office should be focusing on. Therefore, discussion on the corporatisation and public consultation of Isle of Man Post Office have been postponed for the foreseeable future. Thank you, Mr President.
Supplementary, Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr President. I'm slightly confused. I was under the impression that this Honourable Court was our Parliament, our national government, that made national policy. Tynwald resolved nearly 2 years ago to create the Isle of Man Post Office as a company under Isle of Man company law. Can I ask the Chairman of the Post Office at what point the Isle of Man Post Office took over the direction of national policy from Tynwald, and under what remit she has to actually change Tynwald policy without coming back to this Honourable Court?
Chairman of the Post Office.
Thank you, Mr President. It's quite clear from the Honourable colleague's response there that previously in this court I have stated that the Articles of Association, which was what was agreed by Tynwald, would be brought back to this court. I haven't said we are not doing that. I've just said we've postponed that process at the present time.
Honourable Member for Middle, Mr Shimmons.
Thank you, Mr President. I would like to ask the Chairman of the Post Office when she will present the strategy for the Post Office for members to understand the way forward.
Chairman to reply.
Thank you, Mr President. And just to confirm for the Honourable Member that's raised the question, we are doing a presentation to the department that he is a member of, which is Department for Enterprise, on the 31st of January. And then we'll also be doing a presentation to Comin on the 15th of February. Once we've done those presentations, I will be arranging a presentation for all members in the burial suite.
Honourable Member for Council, Mr Turner.
Thank you, Mr President. Would the Chairman of the Post Office agree with me that the idea of corporatisation maybe should be brought back and be reviewed again? And would she agree with me that there is nothing the current structure of the Post Office, in its current structure, there's nothing corporatisation will enable them to do that they can't do already under the current successful structure?
Chairman to reply.
Thank you, Mr President, and thank you for the Honourable Member for raising that. As I keep stating, we do need to look at the 5-year strategy, bring that forward to everybody so that they're fully aware of the challenges that the Post Office faces. But it is still our statutory board of government that returns a profit to Treasury.
Final supplementary, Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr President.
Bless you.
I think there is some confusion here. Tynwald resolves to do something in April 16, which was to create which was, according to the Tynwald resolution, to create the Isle of Man Post Office as a company established under Isle of Man company law. That was nearly 2 years ago. So can I ask the Chairman of the Post Office what work has been undertaken in the intervening period to really comply with that Tynwald direction?
Chairman to reply.
Thank you, Mr President. As the member is clearly aware, that was created in a previous administration, and what was agreed, and I've stated it just before, that we would come back with the Articles of Association. If that is what is to happen, I will bring that back to Tynwald and we can have a full debate on it.